a man who might take Tanner Mangum's job next week at Utah State after the throw he gave to Taryn Houck on that trick play. Remington Peck joins us on BYU Sports Nation. Remington, welcome to the show once again.
Hey, thanks, guys. What's going on?
Listen, man. First, let me say this. You're on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline, and we appreciate what they do to sponsor BYU Sports Nation. But my goodness, my friend, did you ever imagine that play would develop and go the way that it did on Saturday?
No, man. When Coach and I told us to come up with a play, we did, and he promised that he would call it. And to be honest, I never believed him that he really would. And so when he did, I was like, man, please let it work. And I was surprised it worked, but I'm glad it did.
In that moment, when the play call comes in, are you nervous? Are you excited?
I think I was a little bit of both, right? I was like, man, I wish my arm was a little warm. But no, it worked out good. Most of all, just exciting to have a play like that on senior night, you know.
I don't think that you should have any concerns about whether your arm was warm or not. Because
no one's arms were warm.
I think that pass is about as good as any elite quarterback can throw it.
All I know is if I don't get a rep or two at QB tonight at practice, I might have an issue.
Did you see your passer rating?
Was on the money.
Yes.
Did you see your passer rating, that number?
Yeah, I did. Someone told me about it.
556.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's pretty good. Tanner Mangum's was 150, just for a reference.
I got on the phone with Coach Beck after that play worked, and I said, if you need a backup QB, you know who to come to. So
okay.
We'll see.
Was Taryn Houck supposed to be more open than that? Because he was open, but I imagine in a trick play, you're hoping he's really open, right?
Yeah, I think we expected him to be, especially down in the goal line. They're kind of mostly cover zero, so it's supposed to be man on man, and they didn't bite as good as we thought they would. But he made a good move and got open, and so it worked out.
That made the play all the more better, though, because then the window is small. Like, you will never forget that play, ever. Your posterity will revel in that play, Remington.
Oh, man, I know. I've played for 5 years, and I haven't got as many phone calls as I have over one weekend.
When you look at your season so far, it's been interesting because you're a defensive lineman, you're a tight end, which, by the way, are you done playing D-line or are you just a tight end?
No, yeah, so I'm done. I'm done playing D-line as of now. So last week was my last week practicing, and full-time tight end now. So,
as you look at Utah State, this is an emotional rivalry game to close out what has been a very entertaining season. Are you going to give us any insiders information to the Utah State matchup this year?
What are you giving us this year, Remington?
Hey, I'm not doing anything like the time before. But
do you have any breaking news on Chucky Keaton?
No, I'm not going to even go there.
How?
But I think. Go ahead.
Oh no, good. You go ahead. You're our guest.
No, I was just going to say I think it's almost. I wouldn't compare it. I would compare it to Utah just because of a lot of local guys playing against each other, and there just seems to be a little extra emotion in a game between us two teams, and I think that's just because of how close we are in the state, and so there's always a little extra with the game, and it makes it a lot more exciting.
Honestly, I would love if Utah was this week. I still think that would be fantastic. It's not. But to me, the second best game is Utah State. So what do you guys think of the matchup with Utah State in the final week of the regular season?
No, I actually really love it. Some people might knock Utah State and say that they've struggled a little bit, but I think they're a good football team. And going up to their place, it's a tough place to play, and they're going to be ready to play football. And so we're excited, and we're just looking to do whatever we can to get win number 9. The last 3 seasons, we haven't been able to reach that number, and it's one we want to get, especially this weekend.
Because of what happened last year against Utah State, I know everyone says, it's a different game, different year, but does some of that negative taste and feeling linger from last year when they ended BYU's perfect season and give you that much more motivation to go up there and want to pay it back?
I think it does. I think maybe a little more for some people than others, right? I mean, for us that live in Utah, we're playing against so many guys that we already know, that we've played against our whole lives. And so I think you want to get back at them a little bit, right? You hear about it the whole year. And it is a game that for some of us means a lot more than other people. So
When you look at what happened with Tanner Mangum, did he go back in the locker room at halftime? Like, what's the story there?
Yeah, that was actually really funny. Yeah, he went back in. He was having after he had a kind of a rough slide. He had something going on with his hamstring. He took his pants off, his shoulder pads off, and he was sitting in the locker room. It was actually really funny. And then Coach and I got mad at Bo because Bo couldn't find his helmet because he's calling the plays, so his helmet's back on the bench. So he literally couldn't find a quarterback. He's yelling for Bo. He's yelling for Coy. No one can find their helmet. We can't find Tanner. Man, it was actually quite comedy.
Oh, the moment went viral on social media.
Deadspin, Sports Illustrated, everyone used that clip. Wait, so Tanner has to emerge from the locker room? No one on the field could quarterback that play?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could have, but it's hard because McCoy, Bo, and Coy, all of them have, when they're play calling, they just leave their helmets in the back in one of the bins.
Oh, gotcha.
And so they all take off running for their helmet and can't find them.
I can hear Coach
and it's like an awkward moment, right?
Yes, I can hear Coach and I right there. Where's your helmet?
Oh, yeah.
That will go. This is game. I mean, just the moments in this game between blocked kicks and your touchdown pass and Tanner Mangum having to come back onto the field. I don't know that there is a better senior day. Is it how you wanted it to be scripted out?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some frustration. I think how we started as an offense, how I started, that I was a little upset with. But, man, how it finished and just the emotion of the game, how the plays that happened and the guys that made plays, it worked. It really was an awesome night and one that I'll never forget.
Remington, you have one game left to try and put up your cause for whatever bowl game you go to. Now, the Vegas is double the payout, so a little more prestige with that one, Power 5 opponent. But it's Hawaii, and it's Christmas Eve. Do you have an opinion on which bowl game you want to go to? Because you're playing out for that on Saturday.
Yeah, I would. If I had a choice, I'd go to the Vegas for sure. I went back. I was there in 2009. I didn't play, but I was there, and it's still my favorite bowl game I've been to. It'll be against a great opponent, and ultimately, I think that's what we want as a program, is to play the best team in the best venue. And so, yeah, I would definitely say Vegas.
I don't know if it's going to happen. In fact, I don't think so. But if it was a possibility, would you want to play Utah in Vegas?
Oh man, yeah, I would love that. Like I said, I mean, I have no idea how it's going to play out, and the likelihood is probably not that great. But I can't think of a better team to play in a bowl game for my last game.
Another hypothetical, since we have a moment.
Here we go.
If it's in Hawaii, it's against the American. Would you be opposed to playing Memphis again?
No, not at all. It's something that I felt that we should have won a game last year. We were the better team, and it got away from us, and it's one I would have loved to have back. And so I'd love to have another chance at a team like that.
BYU, once upon a time, defensive end, and now a tight end / part-time quarterback. Remington Peck is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Getting to 9 wins, given that BYU has finished 8-5 the last 3 years, you already touched briefly on getting to that number 9 win. But is it hard not to think about maybe 10 if you can beat Utah State and win the bowl game as well?
Oh, I think it is. I think that's a struggle for everyone, right? Is looking maybe too far and not quite focusing on the present. But like you said, the last 3 years, 8-5, it really is the next step for the program to kind of get over that hunch, if you would, and make strides forward, and then get number 9, and then focus on getting 10. Because man, if you can get a 10-win season, that's a successful season any way you look at it.
Remington, great to have you with us. I just want you to know there's a graphic on the screen right now that says BYU senior tight end / defensive lineman / quarterback.
Hey, I love that. Thanks, guys.